Welcome to the Track Our Money Show. My name's Tom, and in this video, I'll be going over my household finances for the month of May. I'll show you everything from how much money we made to how much money we spent. After that, we'll dive into our savings and investment accounts, and we'll see how much we put into those accounts and where those stand at the end of the month. As always, the only rule I have is I will hide any self-identifying information. With that said, let's jump into May's finances. May was a big month for us in terms of income. It was a 3-month paycheck for one of us, so we had 5 paychecks total, for the amount of $7,745. Also, something out of the ordinary happened in May, and we received a check from our family. This is completely unexpected, but we are grateful to them for it. For the month of May, we made $7,745 from our jobs, and with the $5,000 gift, we have a total of $12,745 hitting our checking account. Now let's move on to our expenses. For rent, we spent $1,373 for our 1-bedroom apartment. This includes all water, trash, utilities, and it's also a month-to-month rate, so we're paying a bit of a premium. For groceries, we spent $607. This is pretty high for us, but we're continuing to work from home full-time, and we're limiting our going out because of the pandemic. This amount also includes $102 in alcohol, as we restocked completely. We're finally able to shop for groceries normally since people are not panicking as much like they were last month. Last month we were having to wake up really early just to go to the store to see if anything was in stock because the shelves would be completely wiped out by the time you got off work. Thankfully, things are getting back to normal. For electricity, we spent $92.72. This is for our flat rate plan for a 750 square foot apartment. For internet, we spent $79.54. This is also the same month to month. It's a pretty good price for the service that we get. For our cell phones, we spent $137. This includes 2 cell phones with unlimited data. You can see this is also $3 higher than the previous month because they increased some fee on the bill. For insurance, we moved $150 into our savings account. We pay this 6 months at a time, so we make this transfer to cover the 6-month premium when it comes due. For gas, we spent $68.23. If you remember last month, we didn't fill up at all, so in the month of May, we filled up a couple times. We paid our car payment of $388. We have a little bit over a year left on this loan, and it's at a 2.24% rate, so we're not in a rush to pay it off. For our student loans, altogether the loans come to about $200 total, but for the month of May, since we got that gift from a family member, we decided to pay them off completely. So we paid $3,381 to wipe them all out. For our miscellaneous items, I'm going to jump over to a spreadsheet that's from our credit card website, and it's just an export of exactly what we spent in May. As you can see, we put quite a bit on our credit card for the month of May. We were able to put our rent on our credit card, and I went ahead and highlighted the items in yellow that fall into the miscellaneous category. We spent about $40 on stuff for around the apartment. This was just from Amazon and just Target, I think. We spent nearly $500 on our car. We had a car repair. We also washed both of our cars and did a registration renewal. So those all together totaled almost $500. We spent $127 at the doctor's office. We ate out quite a bit, but we were also driving around the city, looking for homes half the month. So we spent $112 on fast food. We also went to one sit-down restaurant for $30. We also spent $435 on a house inspection. We went under contract on May 29th and we had an inspection done 2 days later, so it fell right within the month of May. So we spent $435 on that. So altogether for the month of May, we spent $1,244.89 in our miscellaneous account. So now that we have all the information entered, you can see that we made, including the $5,000 gift, we made $12,745 in the month of May, and we spent $7,523 to leave us with $5,222. As you can see off to the side how much we spent compared to prior month, our rent was pretty much the same. We spent a little bit more on groceries. Our cell phone was a little bit higher because of that $3 increase in the fees. We spent a lot more on gas because we didn't spend anything last month. We paid off our student loan, so it's obviously a lot higher. And then as you just saw on the miscellaneous, we spent a lot on our credit card. Now let's jump into our savings accounts. Our checking account ended at $11,908. For our house fund, we made a $1,000 contribution, but we also took money out to help cover our earnest money and some other fees. So we put $1,000 in and took out $3,150, so it's a net $2,150 coming out of the account. As you saw on our miscellaneous items, the inspection hit May 31st, so it'll be transferred out of the account next month. We went under contract at the end of May 29th, and we had our inspection done that weekend. So looking forward to next month to see what happens. So with us taking out $2,150 from our house fund, that account ended at $79,067. For our emergency fund, we went ahead and used what was left over from that $5,000. So we put $1,700 into our emergency fund. And for this spreadsheet, I went ahead and combined the Treasury Direct account that I was tracking separately. So altogether, that's $9,894 in our emergency fund. As I mentioned above, we put $150 into our insurance account, and that account has $310 in it. So hopefully in a few months, whenever we have our 6-month premium due, we'll have all that money set aside for it. We put another $200 into our travel account. We don't know how long this pandemic's going to last, but we want to keep saving up so that whenever this is over, we can take a trip somewhere. So that account ended at $1,817. For our future purchases, we put quite a bit into this for the month of May. We transferred over $2,361. We've been saving up for a car, so we've been putting $500 a month into this account. But since we had a little extra money last month, we went ahead and put $1,000 towards our car down payment savings account. We also transferred $500 just so me and my wife could have some spending money on whatever we wanted for like gift ideas for each other. And we also transferred $861 for a future electronics purchase, whether it's a cell phone or a laptop, whichever one we need first. So altogether, we transferred $2,361, and that account ends at $6,044. So in total, we have $109,000 in all of our savings account, with the bulk of that being our house fund. Now let's move on into our investment accounts. For our first 401k, we contributed $627 and the employer contributed $313 for a total of $941, and that account ends at $60,947. For our second 401k account, we contributed $1,080 and that account ends at $12,649. Both of these 401ks are 100% fully vested, so all of this money is ours. We don't have any vesting period left. For our IRAs, we put $500 into each of those, and the first one ended at $34,023, and the second one ended at $32,302. For our HSA, we put in $215, and that account ended at $10,673. As you saw earlier, we spent a little over $100 at a doctor's appointment, and because this is one of the best retirement vehicles, we try not to dip into this account. For our brokerage account, we put $200 into that, and that account ended at $23,339. We didn't transfer any money from our lending club account this month. We didn't take any money out of our lending club account, so it ended at $339. I had to double check this because last month it ended at $317, and we don't ever add money to this account. We only take it out and transfer to our brokerage account. So I had to double check to make sure this ending amount was right, and it is right, so I don't know how it increased. I think it's just the way that Lending Club values their notes, as they call them. Our investments for the month of May increased $13,000, or just over 8%, including contributions and market returns, compared to the last month. That's this calculation that I did off to the side here. Just for reference, the S&P 500 was up about 4.5% for the month of May. Now let's move on to our debt. I went ahead and put a formula in these accounts so that it's taking whatever we put up above on our expenses. So as you can see, we paid $388 for our car fund, and that account ends at $4,560. Also, as you can see on our student loans, we went ahead and paid off the amount completely, so we paid $3,381. Now that we paid off our student loans, I can remove this line from the spreadsheet going forward, but as you saw in our miscellaneous spending, we had an inspection done on the last day of the month, so depending on how that shakes out, we might be replacing this line with a mortgage. You'll have to tune in to next month's video to find out. As you can see, May was a good month for us. We went under contract at the end of the month and we're still in our option period, so we may be buying a house next month depending on if we can come to an agreement with the lady that's selling the house. Also, our investments had another good month, which pushed our net worth to a high of $278,000. If you enjoy content like this and seeing how I track our finances, please hit the like button and consider subscribing so that you can catch next month's video and join me in this journey. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.